What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Jake Shavink here. Hope you guys are having a great day and hope you're excited for this Packers mock draft 2021 version 1.0. Probably see a few more of these before draft time on the channel, or if you want one every week, just drop a comment and say I would like this every week and some thoughts, and I'll try to mix it up. I'll try to give different scenarios. But for now, let's look at the 1.0 version. I used the NFL Mock Draft Database Simulator at NFLMockDraftDatabase.com. Guy at Denny does great work over there, brings in mocks from everywhere across the internet, all the teams, all the full mocks, big boards, and he puts together consensus rankings and the consensus mock draft, which is all just really awesome stuff. Even got stuff for next year and the year beyond. It's pretty crazy. Does a lot of great work there. So check that out. It will be in the description. So let's get started here. We're going to dive into this Packers mock. 7 rounds, obviously, so 7 picks. No trades this time, although we do know the Packers do love trading back. So that's probably something we'll explore in the near future here. Let's dive in. Let's go through every player here. Just give some thoughts and how they would fit. All right, so to start this thing off here, pick 29, the Green Bay Packers are going to select Ifeatu Melifonwu, the corner from Syracuse. A lot of buzz around him potentially going in the first round. A lot of mocks have him potentially going to Cleveland as well, a few picks earlier. Falls here to the Green Bay Packers at 29. Some of the consensus hasn't really gotten onto him yet as a first-round talent, but I think the league has, and I think you see a lot of analysts believing that is possible for him. Had a pretty solid week down in Mobile. Measured in, again, prototypical size, great length for the position. Measured in at 6'2 and 5/8 and 212 pounds, 80-inch wingspan, 32 and 1/8 inch arms. Again, really long and really physical. He can play in press man. He's going to be able to jam receivers right at the line of scrimmage. But I think his best place is off coverage, off man and zone coverage, where he can click and close. Very good at that. Great instincts and really a nose for the football. Really good timing at the catch point and really feisty at that, plus ball skills as well. I think you see him similar to his brother in that he's a very good athlete, but I think he's much more technically sound in terms of playing the cornerback position. If you remember Obi, it was more of, did he fit at corner or safety? I think you can plug Ifeatu here at corner, and I think he's going to do great things for you. And the Packers need somebody who has that height and length, a la Kevin King, who they've had for 4 seasons now. Moving right along here, we're going to go to pick 61, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Yes, another St. Brown coming to Green Bay here in this mock draft. We'll call him pretty much a jack of all trades, really master of none. I think he's really good at a lot of things and really doesn't have a lot of weaknesses in his game. Again, he's an athletic, fluid route runner, quick in and out of breaks. I know he had a lot of reps in the slot in his time at USC. I think he's still able to be a flanker Z type of player as well as a wide receiver 2 on the perimeter. Again, good hands, body control. For a 6-foot guy, again, you imagine him as more of a slot receiver because that's where he played. Still very good in contested spots. He's able to go up and get the football well. Again, that speaks to his good athleticism. Again, good explosion, and obviously good quickness as well, as you've seen with him as a route runner. And he's got that burst after the catch in space. He's going to make some people miss. He's going to break away a little bit too. And something Green Bay desperately needs is a playmaker who can make plays after the catch. Even though Davante Adams, again, is a really good player, fantastic, really top 5 at his position, you don't see that elite run after catch ability. And I think with Valdes-Scantling, it's more of a straight line speed, not as much, agility with him. It's more of turn and go. So you get a guy who can make people miss. You get a guy, who's agile and quick and has that burst in space. And like I mentioned, slot and Z versatility, you can move him all over this offense. Something Green Bay likes to do, if you've seen him, they move Adams inside as well. So I think he fits really well here as somebody who you can ask to separate quickly. And, you can ask him to do a lot of things within this offense, which is a very diverse offense when in terms of passing the football. All right, you knew this was coming. Pick 93, Spencer Brown, offensive tackle from Northern Iowa. Green Bay's got to address the offensive line here. It sounds like Corey Linsley is out. Obviously, Rick Wagner was cut. So what are the Packers going to do at tackle? Obviously, Bakhtiari, unsure if he's going to start the 2021 season healthy or not. So That uncertainty, plus, again, obviously Billy Turner's still there to play tackle. How much do you trust him at that spot if he didn't get starting really over Wagner by the end of the season? So you go out and you get a 6'8 guy who's a converted tight end who grew immensely during his time at Northern Iowa. It's just athleticism in spades. Like the note says, again, very athletic, can get out in space and make blocks. Again, quick get off. And I think he's really natural in pass sets, even though it feels like he has some inexperience at the position. Obviously, a converted tight end, has now played tackle for a couple of years, though. I think you saw him in Mobile as the week went on, look more comfortable framing rushers, look more comfortable, balanced, better footwork, better agility, carrying rushers around the arc and preventing them from winning on inside moves. So I think you've seen him work laterally very well, and I think you've seen him improve. Again, this may be more of a developmental pick here for the Packers, but I think Spencer Brown has that type of upside when it comes to the tackle position where you could see him a la David Bakhtiari maybe not reach the ceiling that Bakhtiari's at, but reach the ceiling of a starting tackle with a mid-round selection. And he's a finisher. Again, he's got that tenacity as a player as well. And we mentioned the footwork. Pick 126 now. Osa Odigizua, if I pronounce that correctly. I really need to find that one out. The defensive lineman from UCLA, another guy who was down at the Senior Bowl, who I think, made hay as an interior rusher. Really did well in one-on-ones, pushing the pocket. Really played with good leverage down in Mobile in those one-on-ones. Really good lower half. Is really able to use his hands and his lower half to combine and push the pocket, which is something you want out of a prototypical 3-tech type of rusher. Obviously good power technique leverage. We mentioned that. And he's got a pretty quick get-off for his size, which is great to see. Obviously, the Packers really need to work on defending the run. So obviously getting a guy like this still has the length to be able to hold up, shed blocks in the run game. And again, we talk about would be a stud on NASCAR packages, where you get guys out there like Clark and Gary and Smith, and you move guys around. I think Osa Odigizua could be a great part of that if the Packers do select him here. This is pretty good value, too. In D-line class, that probably is a little bit underwhelming for the most part. I think he's still a really solid pass rusher at this point in the draft. All right, pick 157, James Wiggins, the safety out of Cincinnati. Again, Joe Barry is going to want a lot of versatile defenders if history proves accurate. He's been on defenses where guys have been versatile, especially in the secondary. And I think Wiggins is a versatile safety. I think he's got the range to play single high, play 2-deep zone, a lot of that 2-deep shell. We've seen him flash really good man coverage in the slot, something that you may see Darnell Savage do with the Packers this season a little bit more, depending on if Green Bay addresses the safety position more in free agency or the draft, they do so here. And he's a physical tone setter. I think this guy is really well-rounded, and that versatility is going to be huge for teams, and the Packers really could be one of them. All right, pick 190 here, Derek Barnes, the linebacker, Purdue. This is what's interesting about Barnes. He was listed at 245 coming out. Still yoked linebacker prospect, really. Are Kamal Martin, Chris Barnes enough? I think they think so. That doesn't mean they're not going to add depth this late in the draft. Again, they could double up other places, but I think getting a linebacker like Barnes here, who has a high football IQ, I think he's another one. Versatile defender. I think you can ask him to do a lot of overhang coverage as a linebacker, still be pretty solid there, and he can drop down and rush a little bit, which he has experience doing and did so at Purdue. You saw him in Mobile. Another guy, obviously, down at the Senior Bowl, looked pretty sound, looked pretty, patient in coverage, didn't overcommit to running backs really selling and trying to be a route salesman as a running back. He stayed very patient, stayed square, and then committed when the running back committed in coverage. I thought he was pretty sound. He's not flashing insane athleticism like some of the other guys there, but again, another technically sound player who the Packers can rotate in with Martin and Barnes in 2021. All right, rounding out the mock here, you knew the Packers had to go running back. Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams. Most likely not coming back. Maybe Williams does. Doesn't sound like Jones will. So running back room needs some juice. A.J. Dillon's probably going to be the primary guy going forward as a real power guy. Again, he's a good athlete, so I think he'll do fine handling the lead back duties, but having a change of pace guy like Jefferson here who has home run ability with the burst, the long speed, he has a one cut and go type player. Maybe he doesn't create as many lanes in terms of a running back as far as more reacting to where the offensive linemen are in the scheme. But again, outside zone's going to fit him well to be able to pick a lane and cut back. And again, when he gets into space, that ability to erase angles and really wreak havoc in terms of his speed is perfect for a thunder lightning approach the Packers are probably going to have at running back. Does he last this long? Who knows? But he's been a hot name recently, so maybe round 7 is a little too rich. Obviously, the value would be good here, but they need a running back with some juice. Jermar Jefferson does just that. Okay, 7 picks up, 7 picks down. That's pretty much going to do it for this Packers mock draft. Really wanted to go through quick and just give some thoughts on each player. Hope you enjoyed this. Speaking of A.J. Dillon, which I just mentioned, I have something on the channel on him coming up very soon. And I'll plug the rest of the channel while we're doing that. Obviously, you're going to see a lot of different stuff here on this channel. A lot of prospect breakdowns and rankings and mocks now that we're in draft season. If there's a player you'd like to see, drop it in the comments. I'll definitely go through and put some together on him. Player breakdowns are obviously really fun to dive into strengths and weaknesses and how he fits. So those are really fun to do. And yeah, you're going to get a lot of Colts and Packers related content here. Some stuff I'm not going to tease just yet. That is in the works. But yeah, a lot of Packers and Colts stuff. So expect that majority of the time on the channel when it comes to the NFL. But if you have a team that you're, interested in or a fan of, and you want to see a mock, or you want to see a certain player because you think he fits there, or you want to see maybe how your rookies did in their first year, or how this player's been doing in year 2 and year 3 in terms of development, love to break those down. So if you have suggestions, drop them in the comments section below. Like I said, check out NFLMockDraftDatabase.com. That link will be in the description as well. And, drop a like, drop a subscribe if you enjoyed. Subs really help, obviously. If you're watching this like a lot of people have been and you're not subbed, just drop a sub. Maybe click the bell for notifications when a new video goes up. I can't wait to see you guys again soon. Lots more coming on this channel. Really excited about it, and I can't wait to see what y'all think. And I will see you guys next time. Farewell.